the return of Johnathan Gannon. What's going on, everybody? Spunk 991 coming guys another video. Coming at you guys with my Eagles Cardinals Week 17 preview. So the Eagles coming to this game after snapping a 3-game losing streak, beating the New York Giants in Week 16. They come into this game playing the Arizona Cardinals, which is the final regular season home game for the Eagles in 2023 season. This is also the final 1 o'clock game for the Eagles in the 2023 NFL season. If you remember, the only other 2 1 o'clock games they had was against Washington, the Washington Commanders. So this is the third and final 1 o'clock game of this season for the Eagles. Going up against former defensive coordinator Johnathan Gannon, who is now the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. This is a game where the Eagles should win this game. The Eagles are clearly the better team. But as we've seen all year, even though we have all this talent on our team, for some reason we just cannot put teams away, and we let teams linger around and in some cases come back and beat us. The Giants last week nearly came back and beat the Eagles in that game, but thank goodness we held on to win. I want to pick the Eagles to win this game, but if you watch my my weekly picks, I picked the Cardinals to win this game because, like I said in that weekly picks video, the Eagles have to earn my trust back. They have to earn my trust back, and just barely getting by and beating teams is not going to earn my trust back, which is why I'm picking the Cardinals to win this game. Johnathan Gannon, obviously former defensive coordinator. I'm picking the Cardinals to win this game by a score of 24-21, a field goal at the end of the fourth quarter, because the Eagles are just notorious to, when it comes to playing down the competition, let teams linger and stay in the game. And historically, we've always had a rough go. We've always had a lot of close battles with the Cardinals. I don't see us blowing this team out. This team has not shown me that they're capable of blowing anybody out. So just keeping it honest with you guys, man. Obviously, crossing my fingers I'm wrong, because if the Eagles win out, they obviously win the NFC East. If they win out and get a little bit of help, with the 49ers losing the game, the Eagles get back the number 1 seed for the playoffs. But first thing first, you can't sit there and depend on other teams. You got to handle your business, and the Eagles got to handle their business. The keys to victory are always the same. It starts with the big man up front, the trenches, offensive line, defensive line. Those guys got to be ready to come. They got to bring it today. They have got to bring it for this game. Kyler Murray is one of those mobile quarterbacks who the Eagles have really struggled with when it comes to defending. Kyler Murray is, not a very big guy. He's only I think he's at 5'10". I believe that's his height, 5'9", whatever. Not a very big guy, but the guy is very, very athletic. He can use his legs to extend plays. He has a very, very good arm. Just an overall playmaker, Kyler Murray is. And the defense has got to bring it in this game. In order to win this game, they got to bring it. You got to take away the running game. They love to get the running game going with James Conner, who is a very solid, serviceable running back. Got to take him away. We got to get the pressure. Can't stress it anymore. The pass rush has been lacking for quite some time this season. Nowhere near the way it was last year. And what's crazy is Johnathan Gannon barely ever blitz. Johnathan Gannon, head coach of the Cardinals, former Eagles defensive coordinator. He barely blitzed in Philadelphia, but he brings the blitz a lot in Arizona, which I will get to that here in a little bit. But we got to bring the pressure. We have got to get to Kyler Murray. We got to get the pressure on him. We got to try to force Kyler Murray out of the pocket. We got to make sure we have a spy on him. He's one of those guys that is very good when it comes to getting out of the pocket. But we got to make sure that we are not allowing him to make plays with his legs. We got to make sure that we keep him contained. Gotta get the pressure on him. Gotta take away the running game. When it comes to the passing game, he has a very, very good playmaker in Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, speedster that can absolutely blow the top off of any secondary in the league, and especially our. I guess you can call it a secondary, but yeah. Zach Pascal, our former wide receiver that was with the Eagles last year, another guy that we gotta make sure we watch out for. He's going to be somebody that we definitely gotta keep an eye on. Michael Wilson, wide receiver, another wide receiver for the Arizona Cardinals, gotta keep him accounted for at all times as well. But yeah. Defensive line really got to bring the pressure to this game. Really got to take away that running game and force Colin Murray to have to try to beat us with his arm. Secondary got to be on point. We got some great news that Avonte Maddox is back. Wonderful news to hear. Big key playmaker in our secondary. Keely Ringo has been, in the absence of Darius Slay, has been playing absolutely great football. I've been very impressed with what I've seen with Ringo. I'm glad that he's getting this playing time because we see that we have something there potentially for the future in Ringo. Continue to let that kid get his playing time. I think we might have something there in the secondary with him. Offense has got to get going early, and they got to be consistent throughout the game. I don't know what the hell it is. We have games where we start off slow and then we get it going in the second half, or we have games where we start off well in the first half and then the second half we just disappear. I can't stress it enough. Offense has got to be consistent throughout this game. Got to get that running game going. Get that ball to the running backs. DeAndre Swift only needs 12 yards for a 1,000-yard season. Definitely, get him going early. Get those wheels turning early. Get Kenneth Gainwell mixed in there as well with Boston Scott as well. Get that running game going. Take some pressure off of Jalen Hurts. That will, of course, open up things in the passing game to the tight end, Dallas Goedert. Our two 1,000-yard receivers that we have in A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Both of those guys are two number one wide receivers on our team. Get your playmakers involved early. Can't stress that enough. So, one thing that has been irritating all season is the turnovers by this offense, particularly by Jalen Hurts. We have got, can we get a game where we are mistake-free, no fumbling, no interceptions? Can we get a game like that where it's a mistake-free game by the offense? No turnovers, no shooting ourselves in the foot, being disciplined with the offensive line, no bonehead false starts. Can we get a game like that where we are disciplined throughout the game? Discipline and no turnovers. I'm begging you guys, please. Last home regular season game, going up against our former defensive coordinator, Johnathan Gannon. Can we please play as close to perfect football as possible in this game? Is that asking for a lot? I like to see consistent football for all four quarters. It'd be great to blow this team out where in the fourth quarter, we're just sitting there just getting ready for the final regular season game against the New York Giants in Week 18. We're not stressing out on our heels. But with this team, I'm not expecting that. That's why, like I said, I expect a close game. I expect a game that's going to be in the 20s in terms of the score. 24-21 is my final score. The Cardinals win the game. But I am crossing my fingers that the opposite happens, that the Eagles just win, baby. Just win. I realize that asking you guys to go out there and blow a team out is asking for a lot. And I don't expect you guys to blow this team out because, once again, this is Johnathan Gannon's return to Philadelphia. Our former defensive coordinator, he knows our team very well. We know his scheme as well, his defensive scheme. But like I said, I expect a close battle. That's what I expect. But at the end of the day, all that matters to me at this point is just putting more W's in the win column. Let's get this W. Let's go 12-4. close out the season, the regular season next week against the New York Giants, and just going to the playoffs on a high note. You know, winning your last 3 games to close out the season, going to the playoffs on a high note, and obviously in the playoffs everybody's 1-0. You just never know. I keep holding out hope that this team is just not showing their full cards. They are trolling everybody, and they are waiting to play their very best football in the playoffs. That is, fingers crossed, that's what I'm hoping that we get. But we'll see. We'll see. But take care of business week 17. Beat these Arizona Cardinals. And, yeah. We'll see what happens the rest of the season. But yeah, I'm picking the Cardinals to win with the hope that the Eagles prove me wrong with their play on the field. But that's my preview. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. You know, regardless, man, it's always fly for life. I'm always gonna be rooting for this team, no matter what. Like I said, you know, they just gotta prove it with their play on the field. Offense, special teams, defense. Everybody has to do their job. Jake Elliott's been great, kicking the ball. One guy I used to be very tough on. Britton Covey has gotten so much better in the return game. So everybody do their job. Offense, special teams, defense. Everybody plays as a team. Get a win as a team. But yeah, that's it, man. Wrapping up this thing. As always, go Birds. Fly, go fly. Spunky Nights, no one's out of here. Peace.
That's all, folks.